Thank you for choosing the Good Old Couch as your entertainment provider. Please sit back and relax. We will be with you shortly. Yellows and welcome everybody back live here to the Good Old Couch. It's gonna be me, myself, H555. I'm another ghost.
I'm Anomaly.
Back to round 4, ladies and gentlemen of the MSG League.
Well, we haven't been in round 4 yet, so technically we're back, but we're not back to round 4.
Well, not back to, but heading to.
Back with round 4.
That's it. That's the one.
Jeez, Anomaly, we're trying our best.
Right. Alrighty, so it is round 4 of the MSG League Season 2. Colorado Springs, not very far from South Park, I do hope.
Ace, that was my joke!
Oh, was that the one you were lining up?
That was my joke!
Oh, I'm sorry.
I made that joke with Ace beforehand, everybody, so that was a stolen joke.
Yes.
I did not give consent for that joke.
It was sufficiently stolen. I will acknowledge that to 100%. Yeah, unfortunately, that was my apologies there, Anomaly.
It's okay. I'll just not say anything tonight. I'm kidding. Okay.
Oh wow, yeah. So no, it's going to be a good one. Let's quickly run through our current team standings for the championship, ladies and gentlemen. We currently have our first position team, who had secured the first position from round 3. Team KD with 60 points in total. And then in second place, running it solo thus far, Team Spartans with 53 points. That's 7-point difference. for Sonic there from Team KD, though. That's pretty impressive.
Ace?
Yes.
Sonic is not in Team KD or Team Spartans.
He's in Team Spartans, yes.
No.
Yes.
Is he in Team Spartans?
Yes.
Oh, I stand corrected.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, Gary G. Williams and DCJ for Team KD, they're rocking it out. Then Sonic and Shotguns, who is still to make his debut race. In second position for Team Spartans. And in third position, Team Dan Bear. With 47 points, trailing there not very far behind, with 6 points in total, going there to Game Bear and Dan Gaming. And then in fourth position, it's going to be our Rebel Riders with 46 points, so that's a 1 point difference between Dan Bear and Rebel Riders. Rebel Riders being Rife and Block. And then in the fifth position, it is Team Samurai, which is Shazam and Shadow, there with a total of 41 points. Then following them in sixth position, it's Thirsty Camel Hump Club.
It's the Camel Club.
It's the Camel Clubs with 34 points. That's going to be Saitama and Mom Breezy, giving us a good show there for the last 2 weeks. And then in seventh position, it is going to be Team Hoonigan.
Non-associated.
Non-associated with 25 points. They're going to Toy Story and Jono. And then, of course, standing in for Toy Story last week, it was TMP scoring that 1 point for Team Hoonigans as well with Jono there.
Whoop whoop for TMP as well.
Yeah.
And then Ace, before we continue, let me just quickly greet everybody there in chat. I saw we had Tigo for Team Dan Gaming. We have Persephone there. I see Camel Club this evening, Persephs.
Of course, we've got Camel Clubs right there.
And we have Lali Vigron as well saying, let's go Game Bear, Dan Gaming, and Jono. So a fan of Team Dan Bear and Team it's Hoonigan, non-associated.
Yeah, non-associated.
Yeah, welcome everybody to all our lurkers. Welcome as well. Please feel pressure to say hi in chat.
Of course, yes. So yeah, no, it's going to be a beautiful race this evening, I think. Again, Colorado Springs. Let's quickly get our detail up in there so we can have a look at what's happening. We do have for a practice session 121.556. They're going to Shazam though. Colorado Springs, a very interesting track though. A lot more sidey, windy, and less undercutty than last week's Lake Louise.
I agree, Ace. I'm just laughing because welcome also to Malmu 101 and Tigo saying considered me pressured. So Malmu coming in there for Team KD as well.
There we go, Team KD.
I'm so happy to see like the variety of supportingness this evening. I'm definitely happy to see that.
Yeah, no, well.
So everyone, I just need to tell you guys as well. So I called my brother earlier this evening, and I think the first or second thing he said to me was, "Are you definitely gonna stream this evening?"
Yeah, so we were kind of locked into a little corner by stating, "Definitely is not definitely on the table." So, ladies and gentlemen, please assist me in giving Anomaly a little bit of shit when she goes into
definitely mode.
Yes, there we go. The definitely rants.
I need mocks. If there's a definitely coming out this evening, then you guys need to call it out. You guys need to be on top of it.
Oh, believe you me, I will definitely be on top of it. So, ladies and gentlemen, just a heads up, we've got confirmation that Sonic 42 GT7 is live currently on his side. So if you'd like an onboard experience of the racing with the racers as they're communicating throughout the race, you are more than welcome to join there on Sonic 42 GT7. That's going to be on Twitch and on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken. And then from there on out, we will be doing the broadcasting side of the race. So, yeah, you see, you get the commentating side with us, and you get the full on-board experience with the gentleman on that side. You know? So, if you can see something here on track, and you wonder if they said to each other, "Hey, look, you just did this. You've got the possibility to
I'm
catch that live."
100% sure that's not what they're saying to each other, Ace.
There's something I would like to do. Though. I would like to go one day and Toy Story, flying a little bit there.
Literally flying through this track.
I would actually like to take the two streams and sync them up side by side and just see how it looks from both angles, at the same time. I think that would be very cool to see that.
I think that would very much be extremely super cool. Amazingly. But Ace, we did get confirmation from the pit lane, or the non-existent pit lane, Ace, that we are not going to be seeing, who is it, Rive Alive this evening.
Yeah, Rive Alive is unfortunately not making it this evening. However, we do have the return of Saitama this evening.
Is Saitama finally here?
He is currently here. He's got his car troubles under control, and it looks like he's giving that Ford some sweet, sweet loving on track currently.
Well, that's fantastic, Ace, because we were very not much Saitama, because he was gone for forever. I think it was 7 years. But yeah, glad to have him back on track as well.
Yeah.
And then welcome there to chat as well, Fancy and Johnsy.
There we go. So yeah, no, it's going to be an interesting one. Again, looking at the track, well, when I did a few practice runs, I tried to do it in the dark. That did not end off well.
And also, if we had to commentate in the dark, Ace, that would also not have ended out well.
Yeah, no, definitely it wouldn't. I can't see jack shit.
So,
I don't think anybody can see jack shit.
So, Ace, before you run us through this track, I just want to say that I just want to welcome, like I said, Fonzie and Johnsy, Kobe0203 as well. Persephone saying happy Saitama is back. And Tigo saying I can accommodate Toy Story at OR Tambo. We welcome that kind of driving there. Who needs a plane ticket?
It does look like the gentleman is currently prepping up in order to head into our formation lap. So I'll quickly see if we can get a onboard formation. Well, not an onboard formation lap, but I'll try to explain the course as we go. However, do not take my advice on this track. I am not skilled at it. Definitely not at all.
Have you driven it though?
Twice. Once being this evening.
Like one lap or one time or like one day?
I think that there was one event in the official games campaign I drove this track. But yeah, it was just that one event. I didn't even do all of the events for this track. It's just that one I did and said, no, dirt is not for me.
Dirt is definitely for Anomaly. I think I was like a farm girl in my previous life or something, because I can drive rally, but not IRL. IRL, I can't drive anything. But like in-game, I'm a rally queen.
Yeah, IRL, I don't trust you behind the wheel.
I am a fantastic driver, Ace. I retract my previous statement. Just because Ace said so, or said I'm not, I am now the best driver that exists.
I do see we do have a lot of love there for Team Danbear and Team Hoonigans. I just want to say, right, and also, welcome, thank you for the follow there, ADIS 1945.
Thank you so much for the follow.
Thank you very much. Well, thank you very much.
We really appreciate it, guys. We really do.
And then,
like I said, it enables us to keep doing this like in our spare time.
Yeah, in our spare time, of course. And then I do see a lot of love there for Team Danbear and Team Hoonigan. So clearly, out of our fan base, our viewers, there's a very big love for Team Danbear.
Definitely.
That's pretty awesome, though. Again. It is amazing to see all of the love going out there. However, we do have our formation lap starting up here with Sonic giving us a front run there for the formation lap. Shazam, giving a little
close
bit of a
close behind.
But yeah, no, so this track has a lot of windy corners in the sense of it's not quick right-handers or deep right or left-handers. It is physically long-winded, stretched bends, so you would like to go sideways through them in order to get your nose pointed in the right direction, as I've been saying throughout the entire series. However, again, one little slip up, a little bit too late or a little bit too much on that handbrake, you will lose control of the car, you will smack a wall, and you will feel that in the morning.
Oh my goodness, Ace. Just quickly before you go on with our track explanation. I almost said excavation.
Oh, wow. That sounds...
Thank you so much there for the subscribe, Persephone. We really do appreciate it. Let's get a whoop whoop for Persephone.
There we go. Thank you very much for the subscription, Persephone. And we do greatly appreciate it. There we go. All right. So again, as we look at the current track, it's a lot of ups, a lot of downs, a lot of bumpy. And we saw Toy Story earlier going airborne.
We did see Toy Story going airborne, Ace, and I am excited to see if that was a one-time wonder, like a one-hit wonder, or if Toy Story is going to pull through on that and just give us flying laps this evening.
If he's going to pull loose and flies like a stink mouse dog with bones in the light.
Oh my word, Ace, I don't think like anybody will be able to catch that.
Oh, we got Montbreezy having a little bit of...
Oh, Ace, and my heart is so sore still for Montbreezy. He did so excellently last week. So I'm very excited to see what he's going to do on track this evening.
Oh yeah, no, it's going to be very interesting to see if Montbreezy can actually edge out that victory this week around. Because again, we got race 2 where he really dominated the track in the sense of he had a very good run-up. Round 3 also, for majority of the race, he was battling for that second position. And it was so close for him to get that victory. However, there was a lot of things going down there in the background. But of course, Montbreezy this evening, we might just see magic happen.
I'm very excited, Ace, but to be honest with you, to be quite honest with you, Ace, is there's literally not one driver this evening that I'm not excited to see what's going to happen. Like, we have such a variety of drivers in this league. I'm really, really excited to see what they're going to do. And then I just want to point out there, just maybe a little bit of a warning there for Toy Story as well. Tigo in chat saying some air traffic violations, possibly.
That is 100% true. Air traffic violations. I love that. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. We officially started our qualifying session for this afternoon/evening. Again, we're going to get our hot lap up in there, and then from the hot lap onwards, we will then see our qualifier laps. So
what are you doing, Ace?
I'm waiting for them to exit the pit lane.
I was like, okay, we're going, wait, no, we're going almost. Okay, wait, we're going, no, not yet.
There we go. So, Anomaly, any favorites for this evening?
Well, Ace, not that I'm allowed to play favorites.
No, but you've got a distant cousin who's related
I've
to
heard
your...
through the grapevine. No, I don't have cousins, Ace. But I've heard through the grapevine that we can definitely, extremely definitely...
Oh, my soul, the definitely again.
The definitely is now being is kind of like trolling at the moment. Who I actually want to keep an eye on this evening, Ace, is I want to keep an eye on Saitama, as it's his first race back in like quite a while. So I'm excited to see what he's going to do, if he's going to be able to, you know, like just like ease back into it. And then, as always during season 2 of this league, I'm keeping my eye on Dan Gaming.
Okay.
He is very consistent, so I'm really thinking that we will be seeing a close, perhaps like 1 or 2 positions closer, if not a podium from him this evening as well.
There we go. I do also see here that in our hot lap,
Our qualifying lap.
We do have a little bit of. We do have a few spats here on track on the outlaps. I would just say these guys just need to try to make the space for each other. You know, give each other that breathing room.
This is not a very wide track, though.
No, it's not a wide track at all. So, in essence, you want to look at this track in the same vein as you would like to look at Monaco. where you qualify, that's where you're going to try to keep your position.
But that's probably, Ace, why there is such tension on track during this qualifying lap this evening. Because if it's like Monaco and where they qualify is where they're going to possibly be ending up, that can definitely explain why they are very, very eager to get the best time possible.
And you see, again, we can actually handle the entire rally series as a Monaco series if we really want to put it out there. Because again, these tracks, they look wide, but to get your car in that passing position, to utilize that wide space, is very hard to do. So, again, my hat's off to these gentlemen in order for them to, get the cars running on the dirt road. However, I think you can take it away.
Yes, Ace, so I actually don't want to take it away because I can't see that far.
Oh, wow, okay.
But Ace, why don't you run us through our leaderboard? I can, however, see that the fastest lap is currently being held by Shazam with a 1:21 something something something.
We do have our first official qualifying laps in from a potential 3 laps that they can run. It is Shazam with a 1:21.853, followed there by Sonic with a 1:23.344. Followed there by Shadow with a 1:26.641. Dan Gaming there with a 1:26.726. No, that's a 728. Apologies, everybody. Mombreezy with a 1:27.229. DCJ with a 1:27.406.
DCJ as well.
In 7th position, currently provisionally. Toy Story with a 1:27.479. Saitama with a 1:27.621. In Gary G. Williams currently taking the first provisional position with a 1:21.633.
Well
and then
done,
just to continue
well done, Gary G.
Block with a 1:28.396. Gameberry with a 1:28.843 and Jono with a 1:29.270. However, these guys are currently getting ever so closer to the start-finish line in order to see if they can put up a faster lap time. We do see here Mombreezy did move up 1 position with a 1:25.994. Dan Gaming still with a 1:26.728. Unfortunately, not etching it out yet. However, he does have clean air in front of him. He will be able to, well, hopefully secure a faster lap time here. He does with a 1:25.221, currently in 4th position.
You see, I knew it, Ace. But what I'm also very, very excited about is DCJ there in position number 8. I'm hoping that this lap he can get himself back up there to position 6 where he qualified the first lap around. That makes me very excited for him. He had a little bit of a struggle. He actually had a very good run and then a little bit of a struggle during the previous races, so I'd be very happy for him to showcase his talents more to the front run back.
There we go. And then Kerry G. Williams finalizing the qualifying session with a 1:21.633. Shazam currently in 2nd position with a 1:21.853. Very close to each other there. Followed there in 3rd position, Sonic with a 1:22.606. Crossing the finish line there. So now we're just waiting to see what's going to happen here with Game Bear and Shadow. If they will be able to get better times up in there. We do have a Game Bear who did set up a new personal best, securing himself a 1:27.637. And then it's going all the way up through Mombreezy, currently having a little bit of a spin out right before the end of the track there. Dan Gaming also setting up a new personal best there for himself with a 1:23.407, if I saw that correctly.
But these times are insane, Ace, for a rally drive on this track specifically, because this track is a little bit misleading, I think.
It is.
It is. It looks easier than it is.
It is.
These times are insane.
There we go. Let's quickly have a run through our grid for this evening. Kerry G. Williams currently in 1st position, again with a 1:21.633. Shazam there in 2nd position, locking out our first row with a 121.853. In third position, it's going to be Sonic, and then in fourth position, it's going to be Dan Gaming locking out that second row. Shadow and Bombreezy there in the third row, locking it out with a respectfully good time, splitting it with 0.02 from each other there. Toy Story and DCJ there in our fourth row.
Or for you guys who don't know, the rows position number 7 and 8.
There we go. Saitama and Game Bear in the 9th and 10th respectfully, followed there very closely by Jono and Block for this evening. So, ladies and gentlemen, are we ready to start the race?
Are you ready, chat? Let us know.
Let's give it about 6 seconds and we're good to go.
Are you ready? Almost. We're gonna start now. Don't go anywhere, please.
There we go. All right, so let's quickly get our visuals up in there. We do see our Kerry G. Williams and Shazam with our starting positions there. Hopefully it's going to be a clean pull away and nothing too majors for the first right-hander into a very, very sloppy left-hander. And they're off! With Kerry G. Williams having a very good launch, Shazam already closing that window off from Sonic, Dan Gaming and Sonic battling it out there for that third position. Dan Gaming looking at the outside line of Sonic. He's going to opportune himself the inside line in the next corner. Will he be able to secure it? Unfortunately not. Sonic getting that edge out in front of him there. But Dan Gaming making the move on the inside.
Ooh,
but still not able to push it through.
Wow.
Shadow coming through with a very, very good launch, getting past Dan Gaming and Sonic for that fact to secure himself the third position. Bombreezy also coming through, having a little bit of slide out there on that very, very, very deep-looking right-hander, but keeping the car securely and firmly on the track, making sure he gets that fifth position. Toy Story also working his way up to sixth position currently, having a very, very good fight. Good start there from him as well.
This is an excellent, excellent start to this race, Ace.
Oh, yeah.
Race Ace.
it's wow, these guys are really going at it. Dan Gaming, unfortunately, suffering a little bit there, dropping to 8th position currently. However, we have seen from the start of this race that he might have a little trick or two up his sleeves to get to the front there.
I can confirm, Ace. Like, we've seen Dan Gaming with a lot of tricks up his sleeve, but currently battling it out there with Saitama for position 7. Saitama actually holding his place quite well this evening. A lot of pressure, I think, to come back into the league after missing a couple of races. He's not letting that pressure get to him. He's saying, okay, you know what, we'll take this bit by bit. Mom Breezy pulling it up there in position number 6, very confident this evening as well. He can definitely remember his excellent drive last week. You can see that confidence just overflowing as well into tonight's track.
And it's working for him. It's definitely working for him.
Definitely, Ace.
So we do see Jono and Block, Game Bear and DCJ currently fighting it out here at the back end. However, these guys also very close to each other, not giving it up as of yet. DCJ having a little bit of a slide there.
Yeah, a little bit of a slide into that barrier, unfortunately.
But he is keeping the car straight, nose pointed in the right direction, and that's what all you need to do, buddy.
You know what, Ace? That's actually such good life advice. I think I'm going to take it as a new life motto. Keep your nose pointed in the right direction and out of other people's business.
Correct. We do see Dan Gaming, who did get that position over Saitama as we were looking at the rest of the field there. Dan Gaming looking at the rump of Mombreezy, trying to push his way through once more to get himself to that higher positions. Mombreezy opening it up there on the outside line. Dan Gaming just saying, hello, I'm on your right hand side here. I'm going to come through. Thank you. Dan Gaming securing himself
take it successfully.
that 6th position. However, Mombreezy does have the opportunity to get the over-under there, and he does get his nose pointed in there. Will he get his car straight out? No. Dan Gaming unfortunately stuck on the wall there, which gives Saitama the opportunity to also gain that position over him.
Oh my word, Ace, that was just
unfortunate.
like the tiniest little mistake. Just your wheels touching back down to the ground at like a half millimeter wrong angle can literally send you into the barrier, as we just witnessed.
And we already see Dan Gaming not giving up, already taking the position from Saitama back into 7th place. He hit the wall. He said, okay, no, I hit the wall. Let's just reset and get back in there. He got the car done. He got the car straightened out. He's past Saitama. He's chasing down Mombreezy once more.
Once more, Ace.
We do also see here at the front back, though, it's pretty much spread out, but Sonic is currently chasing Shadow. And he's getting closer, slow but surely.
Yeah, but that's quite a lead. Well, not between Sonic and Shadow. I saw the lead between Shadow and Kerry G, Ace.
Is also getting
smaller,
though.
So they... Well... No, not really. No, it's quite a big follow between position number 2 and 3. So I'm wondering if that's going to once again this evening secure us a position 1 and 2 battle with position 3 and 4 pulling up the rear.
Well, if I currently look at the how the things are looking now. Kerry G, Williams and Shazam both duking it out for that first position, and of course these guys are going to duke it out. Kerry G, Williams, our Season 1 champion, duking it out against Shazam, who is very, very proficient on the dirt track, showing at the first race of the series, well, Season 2, that his dirt driving is way up there, keeping our current champion at bay. I think, yeah, we are going to see a very, very good fight here up until the end of the race. However, if Sonic and Shadow both keeps on battling the way they do, they're not going to catch these guys in the front. These guys in the front is really, really running it out. We do see Sonic giving Shadow a little bit of a love tap there to the side. You know, he didn't go for the rump steak this evening.
He went for the flank, Ace. I don't know which cut that is, but it's the flank of the beers, Ace.
Yes, he went for the flank.
Specifically the left-hand side.
I completely missed what I was going for there. We do currently have yellow flags. They're in Sector 3 of the race. I wonder if there was a little spin out. Well, if there was, it's already been fixed through. Toy Story enjoying a little bit of clean air there, which will give himself the advantage to catch up there to Sonic and Shadow for this evening.
Yeah, so Toy Story now has the opportunity to, I think, apply himself, how can I say, vertically airborne to make up some of that time between himself and Sonic there for position number 4. Dan Gaming back up there to position 6, Ace already. So happy to see that. Mombreezy not too far behind. He has some time to make up, to put himself back in the fight there. However, Saitama pulling up closer to Mombreezy, followed there by Block. Ace, don't go so fast. And yeah, our backpack being pulled up here by Jono and DCJ. Unfortunate happening, something unfortunate happening there to DCJ, having him dropped down to position number 12, Ace.
Yeah, so DCJ unfortunately still having the back end of the racetrack currently. However, we have seen that these guys get ever so close to each other, and when they try to go wide through these corners, that's insanity. It's temporal insanity, as I like to call it. And it's beautiful to see actually how these guys are keeping these cars on track, how they're keeping their noses pointed in the right direction. We are going to see a battle heading into I do believe it's going to be lap 7 or 8 between Game Bear and Jono at this current point in time.
Yeah.
But the best part is they're battling for that 10th position, and that 10th position is that 1 point they want to secure for their teams in order to push their teams further along in the series.
It's amazing, Ace, what 1 point can do for you. It does a lot more than you'd think. If you take, for example, our stand-in driver of last week, TMP, scoring that 1 point on behalf of the Hoonigans non-associated, and it does make a bigger difference than one would think.
We do see here Sonic did get the overtake done on Shadow for the current time being. Shadow not giving up as of yet, but he is currently...
A little bit of a wide slide there at the back.
He is currently pushing the living hell out of the car as much as he physically can. But now if we go back to our backpack, we do see DCJ did get an overtake done on Jono. Jono most likely facing a little bit of a mistake there, getting DCJ that position. But again, it's that one position getting himself so much closer to that 10th place for that 1 point he would like to score this evening.
And Ace, it's only lap 7 out of 30. There is still so much that can happen.
There's a lot of time.
Yeah, there's a lot of time. While we are speaking about time, a little bit of a barrier collision there.
A little bit of barrier love with the front bumper.
just a little kiss on the cheek there. Our fastest lap is currently being held by Kerry G. Williams, Ace, with a 1:20.620, which is insane.
It's beautiful to see though. It's beautiful to see because that's even faster than the qualifying laps again. And it's amazing to know that they are getting really, really faster on these tracks the more they drive it. So we do see that these guys are getting closer to Game Bear, who's currently in 9th position. 9th position currently in danger from Game Bear. Can potentially go through to Block, can potentially go through to DCJ as well.
That's true, Ace, that's true. Ooh, just as I wanted to say, we see Block overtaking there on Game Bear, securing that 9th position with a very, very clean inside line that he had there.
With a very clean swoop.
Yeah, that was literally like an eagle swooping in to catch a toy pom.
Toy pom being the dog, right?
Everybody knows what a toy pom is.
Okay, cool, great. So,
it's a little fluffy cat dog.
We do have Block, who's going to have that little bit of clean air. He did make a little bit of a gap for himself between himself and Game Bear, so that he can potentially try to catch up there to Saitama and get the job done. However, we do have Jono and the DCJ still duking it out here for 11th and 12th position. Back to the front runners, Shazam comfortably running with a 2.5 second lead over Kerry G. Williams, and Sonic following there with 6 seconds behind Kerry G. Williams. So the pack is pretty much split up here, I believe.
Yeah, but that meant, Ace, that Sonic and Shadow got over there battling there for position number 3.
Yeah.
Because the follow between 3 and number 2 kept building, which it's now dropping back down to 6 seconds, which I think is very, very good for them. Rather work together at this stage to see if you can maybe just lessen that follow between position number 3 and 2, and then you can battle it out, I think, once you are closer to the 2 front runners.
That's 100% true though. You want to get your nose as clean as possible with as less battles as possible, just to see if you can either pull away or catch up to the guys in front or behind you, respectively. We do have Toy Story currently looking at the rump of Dan Gaming, but we need to mention that Dan Gaming did fight his way up to 5th position, currently duking it out with a resident Driftmaster, Toy Story. Is he going to give up that position? I do not think so. Toy Story having a little bit of a mistake, getting the car stuck there, and unfortunately losing out there at the end.
Yeah, losing out on that battle opportunity on lap 9.
But we do see the First in Camel Hump Club following there with 24 seconds. So there is a big gap between Toy Story and the rest of the field, where Mombrisi and Saitama will see if they can potentially work together in order to pull away from Block. But Block being under attack there from Game Bear, and Block also running into that same corner than Toy Story, just hooking the front left of the car in there, getting a bit stuck, but then Game Bear giving that nudge from behind, just saying, hey, okay, it's fine.
I've got you, bro.
Let's just move on, because we do have a Jono that is slowly but surely catching up.
Very determined driving coming from Game Bear this evening, Ace.
Yes.
Yeah, not willing to give up that 10th position, but still fighting to see if he can get a bit higher up in the rankings as well. I must say, I'm very, very impressed. Color me impressed.
I just want to point out there that during all of this, we did see Kerry G. Williams get an overtake done there on Shazam. For first position, but Kerry G. Williams unfortunately running into the wall, giving Shazam a very beautiful pass there.
Very clean, beautiful, straight pass.
That was so beautiful. We just saw the rump of Shazam just passing the rump of Kerry G. Williams, but it could have been very, very uglier if the car was just a little bit more to the left.
That's true, Ace. I also wanted to correct you that we actually didn't see the pass between Kerry G and Shazam, because you weren't on it.
No, we didn't see it, but I just want to point it out that we did have that pass going through there, and Shazam again getting that 2.4 second lead. Shazam not making any errors this evening here. Not
very
that
clean
we've
driving.
Not noticed as of yet.
No, very clean driving, Ace. Very determined driving from his side as well. So it is possible that we have Shazam this evening wanting to make a comeback, wanting to take back that podium position, and refusing to let it go and not fight for it.
And then, of course, if Shazam ends up in first position, Shadow ending up in fourth position, that's a lot of points for Team Samurai, though. And they're going to capitalize so much out of it. However, with last week, Shadow not partaking in the race, and Shazam unfortunately having car troubles, losing out on points, they've got more than enough reason to make up for it this evening here tonight.
I 100% agree, Ace. They have the motivation locked down this evening.
And it's going to pay off. Normally it's going to pay off for them. They're going to have a very, very comfortable lead at the end.
Yeah, I just, like you've mentioned, I think it's important to note that Shadow is sitting in position number 4 currently.
Yes.
This is going to mean so much for them. Apologies, everyone. And then Dan Gaming already worked his way back up to position number 5, keeping it consistent, showing us what consistency does for a team, with Team Dan Bear sitting in 3rd position.
Yeah.
And I really think you can contribute that to consistency, Ace.
Yeah, that's 100% true. Getting the consistency out of the team ultimately at the end can mean that you are still up for a championship fight. However, we know that if we look at the points, the gap between all of them is not even a race. It's not even a full race's points. So it's really close ultimately at the end between all of these teams. It's going to be Team Samurai, it's going to be Spartans, it's going to be Dan Bear, and it's going to be KD. Ultimately leading the pack now. But again, anything can happen, ladies and gentlemen. And as I like to say, don't blink. Don't blink
and
you'll miss
it.
There we go. Kerry G. Williams again on the fight, back on the attack on Shazam. Shazam currently defending with his life on the inside line. Kerry G. Williams getting the nose deep on the inside line, looking at that overtake. Currently sideways with Shazam. Still looking for any opportunity he has to get an overtake done. We're quickly jumping on an onboard cam to see how it looks for Kerry G.
from
Williams
their point of view.
in order for him to get the overtake done on Shazam.
It does look, however, Ace, like they're going to start lapping at this point in time.
They've got
I can see some traffic, yes, there in the horizon.
They do have traffic there in the horizon. However, again, it's all about these guys working their way through the traffic without costing themselves time as well. So they need to pick their corners perfectly. They need to make 100% sure that they are not giving it up, so easily to each other.
I 100% agree, Ace. Everyone, I just also need to apologize. Anomaly is still sick. It is still a thing. So please do excuse me if my voice suddenly falters or flutters away. I promise it's not because I take my own breath away, although I am pretty breathtaking, but not as breathtaking as these guys on this track this evening. So Ace, why don't you quickly run us through the grid as it is on lap 14, almost halfway through our round 4.
There we go. So I just want to add in Anomaly. The only breath that we take away there, if we take my breath away, it would be a Top Gun. That's all I'm going to say. So currently in first position it is Shazam, followed there by Kerry G. Williams with a 1.6 second follow. Ultimately at the end, Sonic looking at the rump of Kerry G. Williams, thinking about, contemplating the attack on Kerry G. Williams. Shadow there in 4th position, followed there by Dan Gaming. Currently in 6th position we do have Toy Story. In 7th position we've got Mombreezy. In 8th position we've got Saitama with his return race. And then currently in 9th position our Steady Master Block. In 10th position we do have Game Bear, and then in 11th position we do see DCJ working his way through the pack as well. In 12th position we do have Jono.
Whoop whoop!
There we go. What an amazing race so far. Yes it is.
Welcome there to chat. I think it's
Landward Zone.
Landward Zone. They're on the YouTube chat. Very excited to have you as well.
Welcome there, buddy.
Yeah, welcome. A lot of whoop whoops. Let's get some whoop whoops up there, everyone. Let's get some support for our races. We are on the halfway mark of this race. For those of you guys who might be falling asleep, let's get some energy back in that bones. Get some support. Drop your predictions in what you think's gonna happen, who you are voting for, your favorite. Even if you're not voting for your favorite, that's also fine. We won't tell. We won't tell.
Normally, I'm just going to point out there, if nobody else is going to say it, I'm going to say it. How can you fall asleep in a race as chaotic as this?
Ace, you seriously underestimate
your sleeping capabilities?
Yes, my ability to fall asleep. Not that I'm falling asleep, because I'm literally pinned on the edge of my seat. Like I'm hanging over my seat. I'm like almost in front of Ace's view. I'm pressed to the screen. But like I've said, like some people really like to sleep, Ace.
Oh my soul. There we go. So we do have Sonic, who is still looking at the rump of Kerry G. Williams, contemplating if he's going to make that move for the overtake. However, he is currently stuck behind Block, who is a little bit in a traffic sign, in a sense. Well, not a sign.
He is a traffic sign, Ace. It's Block.
Well, Block giving us a block, though. A very good block, ultimately at the end. And then, of course, Kerry G. Williams also getting blue flags on Saitama. So Saitama is currently being lapped on the dirt road. However, we do know that dirt road is not necessarily Saitama's strong point as well. But again, that's what makes this league so interesting, is that it plays on all styles of driving.
And we currently
have Sonic currently.
Oh, no!
Oh, unfortunately giving a little bump and run there to Saitama. Looking at the...
was it Saitama? Was it not Mombreezy?
Saitama, unfortunately, having a spin there. But we do have Sonic looking at the inside of Kerry G. Williams. We are going to see Sonic going to try to make a few moves here on Kerry G. Williams. You know, our league creator versus our current league champion. Let's see if this will pay off ultimately at the end. We do have Sonic, who's got his nose pointed in the right direction. Kerry Williams getting a good run up ultimately at the end, but Sonic getting the car sideways, getting ready in order to get a strike done there. But we do see Kerry Williams looking at the inside line, keeping it clean ultimately at the end, not giving Sonic that little bit of space.
So the traffic ace literally lessened that follow between position number 2 and 3. But I just want to return to what we saw a little bit earlier. Like, I understand a blue flag. I understand. But the problem is, Ace, even if you're blue flagged, you still need to keep your car straight. So I'm sure that even with a blue flag, a way will be made. We've seen that in this league. We've seen that with these races. They will make that way. They will give that blue flag opportunity. But there was a horrible knock there on Saitama that I picked up, which kind of like hurts my heart at this point in time, because it did cost him for his own race. It cost him a lot of time.
Yeah, he currently dropped down back to 9th position, but I am not, how can I say, worried by saying that Saitama will definitely find his way back. He will fight back to his position 8. That he did have. However, it did give Block and Game Bear that opportunity to, you know, get sandwiched. Well, get himself a Saitama sandwich. But
Ace, I'm sure that there's a lot of people watching that would definitely pay to see that. Ace.
But we do see a Block capitalizing at the end, getting that 8th position ultimately. So, yeah, no, again, this can be anybody's race. DCJ showing some beautiful driving there at first, but then smacking the wall, unfortunately. Had a great overtake on Jono, but then losing the control of the car on that fast right-hander ultimately at the end.
Yeah, Jono taking that opportunity to capitalize and get back in there. I do see, as you are now on position number 2 and 1, I do see that follow time between Shazam and Kerry G is not that far. However, speaking of Shazam, Ace, we do have a comment coming in there on YouTube. Favorite so far must be Shazam.
Oh, yeah, no, look, again, Shazam being a master of the dirt road. Beautiful driving there ultimately at the end. But again, the gap between 1st and 3rd ultimately is 3 seconds at most. 3 seconds at most between 1st and 3rd. And that's just amazing. Again, like last week's race, they're very close to each other, looking at the opportune time to strike for that position.
Yeah, so I see another comment, Ace. When you go back to Block again, we'll show everyone, but like the paintwork on Block's car. And you know what, Ace, I have to agree, unfortunately we don't have Rive on track as well, so we only have Block fighting it out solo this evening, but that was one of the liveries that I liked the most as well.
Yeah, Team Rebel Riders.
Yes.
Giving us, well, it is a very, very unique looking livery as well, and of course I do believe it's the black and green that works out for them at the end.
I just need to tell everyone, so Ace is trying to commentate and be the cameraman all in one go, and then the good old cat looks at him and is like, I am going to sit because I fit.
Yep, and we do have Bombrisi currently getting an overtake done there on Block, unfortunately knocking that inside of the corner there. Game Bear also capitalizing on that knock there, getting himself that 8th position. Block currently in 9th position. Saitama very, very close there too. Well, the ultimate fight there, well, that's...
Dan Gaming,
okay,
yeah.
it's not close. I was mistaken.
Yeah, but I also
Shadow.
thought it's Game Bear. I thought that they are duking it out there as well.
A three-way duke, yeah. But we do see that Block did get that 8th position. Mombrisi securing himself that 7th still. Fighting it up there. Toy Story having clean air ultimately for himself there, and Dan Gaming chasing down on Shadow with a 9-second gap between them.
Yeah, but keeping it really, really consistent there in position number 5, Ace. That's going to do them the world of good if he can secure that position 5 points. If better, better, like, is always better, obviously, but getting that position number 5, it keeps that consistency going for Team Dan Bear as well.
There we go. And then, of course, again, our front runners still having that gap split up a little bit more now, from 3 seconds to 4 seconds. So Shazam getting himself a little bit more of a lead over G. Williams, who is currently looking at his rear view mirror, thinking, hey, look, it's Sonic on my rump. I don't know what I'm going to do. Should I rather go for the attack or should I go for a block? And if we've noticed anything throughout this Season 2, is the moment they go on the offense and leave their defense, they lose the position automatically.
But Ace, it's because most of our drivers are really, really good offensive drivers. I must say defense has been a little bit lacking. Not in a bad way, Ace, not in a bad way, but it has. Most of our drivers are really good offensively. So if that gap opens up, there's so many of our drivers who just know how to capitalize on that.
That's 100% true, though. And again, it's just beautiful to see how they can adapt with that pure offensiveness over to the defensiveness, that little bit. Because ultimately, at the end, it's exactly the same thing. It's just what line you're going to take to the next corner. But to prove it all, as a one-sided track, you can actually see on our mini-map there on the top right corner, the guys in first, second and third, they are really pushing it out. And they've really built a gap for themselves over the rest of them. But now, here comes the very interesting part at the end. We've got Dan Gaming, who made that gap so much closer. He's currently 2.8 seconds, 2.9 seconds behind Shadow. So Dan Gaming fighting himself back up in there to see if he can take the 4th position. And what we've learned of Dan Gaming throughout the entire series or campaign, he's not backing down from a fight.
No, definitely not, Ace. Dan Gaming really has that drive. And having lessened that time, you see that consistency kicking in there, lessening that time, now putting himself on lap 22 out of 30 in a fighting position. Ace.
It's a very, very good fighting position, though, ultimately at the end. But I do believe we might just see a strike for Dan Gaming on a Shadow within the next 2 laps. Let's quickly have a run through. We do see Block and Mombreezy again duking it out. Block being hungry this evening, trying to get as much points as he possibly can for Team Rebel Riders, who is unfortunately a man down this evening. It's ultimately going to pay out so much for him if he can get that position done over Mombreezy. But again, it's going to take a lot of skill to work his way through the blue flag traffic as well. Well, not just work through it, but work with the blue flag traffics. Then, of course, we do have Game Bear currently sitting in 9th position, securing himself the 9th. Followed there by DCJ, who got himself that 10th position out of the 12th position, getting his car ramped up, getting himself fueled up, scoring this point this evening if he can keep the car pointed in the right direction. Unfortunately, Saitama having a very difficult time, but we do have Jono, who just took the overtake there on Saitama on the outside line and securing himself that 11th position. So it is a big fight here between Jono and Saitama as well for position 11th.
Position 11th, Ace. I love it. I love it completely.
It's fights all the way. We do have G. Williams, who did get an overtake done on Shazam. We've missed out on a little bit of a hiccup, I do believe, but the gap is still 2 seconds between the 3 of them. Shazam falling a little bit behind there, following there on G. Williams, but G. Williams are not giving up as of yet.
Taking that turn a little bit wide, a little bit wide.
And G. Williams getting that run up. Sonic looking at the rump of Shazam, and he is currently
He's definitely putting
currently-
himself back into the fight there, Ace.
There we go. Then, of course, we do see that Sonic will not give up on this position as of yet, and we do know that Sonic will not give up on his race. Then we do still have Dan Gaming chasing there on Shadow, but unfortunately losing out on 2 seconds. But I do believe this is due to traffic. He is currently facing Breezy, which he is politely asking, I do believe, can I just quickly get through? I want to catch Shadow within the next 5 laps, please. Oh, but Dan Gaming running into the wall. Unfortunately, having a little bit of a smash there. That's going to cost him the time that he
is
needed.
going to cost him that competitive time, Ace. But before you continue, Ace, I do need to just ask everyone, please, everyone, have a look at the top of your chat. There is the poll for you to vote for your driver of the day. I'm quickly going to have a look. Our nominations for this evening, Ace, is Block, Dan Gaming, DCJ, Shazam, and Kerry G. Williams. So please, everyone, the poll is up for 10 minutes. It will be, I think it will still last until the end of the final lap. Please remember to go on your Twitch chat at the top. There is an option for you to vote. I see Ace is having a look there.
There we go. There we go. It is live, ladies and gentlemen. So if you'd like to vote today for your driver of the day, please do so, so that we can see that we can pull them in on the post-race interview in order to hear how their expectations was during
Experience
was during the race. Thank you, Anomaly. Alrighty, so back to the race, everybody. We do have Shazam currently chasing down on Sonic. Sonic did get an overtake done there for that second position. Again, Sonic, we all know, if he's sitting, waiting patiently like a viper, waiting for his moment to strike.
That
and
is
it's
true,
always,
Ace. We can't discount him.
Yeah, and it's always been working out for him. However, we do have Shazam, who is currently looking at that rump of Sonic. He is currently side by side with Sonic, both of them trying to work their way through traffic as well. Shazam having the inside line. Sonic being sandwiched there a little bit, losing out at the end. Shazam pushing it through, getting past Jono and Sonic, securing that second position.
Well done there.
Great drive.
But Sonic is still stuck in traffic there, Ace, so he's going to need to make a plan to get out from that traffic.
Oh yes, most definitely. He needs to get out from that traffic, yes.
Get out from that traffic, sir.
Shazam looking at both the opponent's lines, saying, you know what, I'm going to take the outside line ultimately, because I am going to get the run-up at the end, and that's going to pay off. And it clearly worked out for Shazam, and he is slowly but surely working his way towards Kerry G. Williams, although he does have traffic himself. Saitama again having a little bit of a hot run there.
Trouble there around that corner. Ace, the dirt is just not his time.
It's definitely not there.
No, unfortunately. Big vote for Shazam. One YouTube count. Okay, so we have one count in there on YouTube for Shazam, Ace. We will definitely,
we will definitely
include that into the vote.
There we go. So then we do also see Toy Story there, who's got a very comfortable lead, but also a very difficult gap for him to catch up to Dan Gaming, which secures Dan Gaming himself that 5th position. I do not believe that you can really stop your car for 24 seconds at the end and get overtaken. But however, it is dirt road, anything is possible, so we can't necessarily say it's 5th position for Dan Gaming, but we can't necessarily say it's 5th position for Toy Story as well. We do see Game Bear though working his way up to 8th position, getting a pass done on Block. So Game Bear also representing this evening. Game Bear, Block and DCJ, all three of them fighting their way through, not giving up, not surrendering.
Not surrendering, Ace. Just have a look there for me at DCJ. Yes, that's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see that follow time that he has for his 10th position. I think he will definitely be able to keep that 10th position, that blue flag happening to him there, making that space. Well done there from DCJ as well, making that space for Sonic to get through. But I do think that DCJ will be able to keep this 10th position that he has worked so hard for, but we will have to see, because Saitama is closing that gap a little bit there.
Saitama is getting closer little by little, ultimately at the end, and then also with Saitama, he is being followed very closely there by Jono though. So Saitama and Jono working their way to that 10th position, that last and final point they're working towards. We are back here to the front back. We do have Kerry G. Williams, who got a run-up ultimately at the end over Shazam. And then Shazam, of course, blocking Sonic as far and as hard as he possibly can. Kerry G. Williams just running out at front. I do not think there is a possibility for them to catch him at this current point in time. However, again, anything can happen.
Anything can happen, Ace, but we do have a comment coming in. Whoop, whoop, Game Bear, go Opa.
Game Bear getting some love there from chat. I do hope that you feel the love, buddy.
Even me, Ace, even me. Everyone, just a quick reminder, we are more than halfway through our time for the vote for your driver of the day. So please be sure to drop in there, pop your vote in to make sure that your driver of the day gets pulled into the post-race interview.
There we go, and we do also see a Dan Gaming getting a little spark of life back, fighting his way still back to Shadow. Having a gap of 4.5 seconds ultimately, so he did catch up a little bit there, but will that be enough for him to still catch up for 2 more laps ultimately at the end? Reason being 2 laps, we've got Kerry G. Williams and Shazam and Sonic, the three front runners, currently running lap 29 out of 30, so they're basically halfway through the lap now, and the moment they cross the line, that's pretty much checkered flag, ladies and gentlemen.
Pretty much checkered flag, Ace. Oh my word. I cannot believe we are entering, or almost entering, our last lap of this race.
It's very close, however, we just entered the last lap of the race. Kerry G. Williams getting a very, very beautiful pass there on Mombreezy for the blue flags. Still having a very comfortable run there at the
lead
front.
There, Ace.
It looks like Kerry G. Williams is just having a natural run here on Colorado Springs this afternoon. Oh, Mombreezy having a little bit of a hard take. Will that give Block the opportunity to get the overtake done? Block getting the overtake done on Mombreezy there, securing himself 7th position.
On the last lap, Ace taking that 7th position.
On the last lap.
Just a tiny mistake. However, Mombreezy recovered quite well from that. Definitely fighting back for that 7th position spot. Having completed that overtake, taking that 7th position back. So yeah, we will have to see what happens there.
Oh yeah. We are just quickly going to have a run back here to Shazam and Sonic. Shazam and Sonic having a comfortable follow there on each other there. So it is looking like they are going to secure that 2nd and 3rd for themselves. Mombreezy opening up a little bit there for Blocking, getting the move done on Mombreezy, securing himself that 7th position. Game Bear also itching ever so closely. Just going to run through to Kerry G. Williams, who just crossed the line in 1st position.
Whoop, whoop. Well done, Kerry G.
Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going to get back to this battle here. Mombreezy, Block, and Game Bear. Block securing that 7th position. Mombreezy securing 8th position. And Game Bear in 9th position, respectfully.
Oh, my word. So Block on the last lap managed to secure himself that 7th position.
There we go, Toy Story finishing it off in 6th position. Shadow and Dan Gaming currently running it out there, so I'll quickly just run back here. DCJ, Saitama for 10th, DCJ in 11th position, and Jono crossing the line now for 12th position.
This was exhilarating, Ace. And I just want to mention, Ace, our fastest lap being held by Kerry G. Williams with a 1:20.457. Insanity, Ace, insanity. I cannot believe it. This has been exhilarating.
Yeah, this was one of those races.
Again, well, I must say most races in this league is one of those races.
There we go, Shadow crossing the line there in 4th position. And then finalizing the race here for us this evening, Dan Gaming finishing it off in 5th position.
Fantastic. Everyone, that was amazing. A lot of support comments dropping in there for our races. We really do appreciate it. We do ask everyone that, are you first going to go through our grid?
Yeah, we're going to go through the result.
You're
jumping the gun.
Yeah, I was like, we are going now. We're going to the post-race interview.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. So let me quickly get our first half of our grid done here for the results for the 4th race of the Season 2 Championship. Kerry G. Williams in 1st position, also taking the fastest lap with a 1 minute 20 seconds 457. In 2nd position, we do have Shazam, followed there by Sonic in 3rd position, Shadow in 4th position, followed there by Dan Gaming in 5th position. In 6th position, it's going to be Toy Story. In 7th position, etching it out, Block. And then in 8th position, we do have Game Bear. And in 9th position, we do have DCJ. In 10th position, we do have Jono. Mom Breezy dropping down to 11th position. And then Saitama in 12th position. I wonder if there were penalties awarded here at the end, but we will have to consult that at the end of the replay. So let me just get that replay saved.
Get that saved, Ace. Everyone, while Ace is finishing up on that, we do ask that you do not go anywhere. We're just quickly gonna go get our prep up and running for our post-race interview. Don't go anywhere. Please come back to hear the racer side of what happened this evening.
And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We will be right back.
We're back, everyone. Welcome back to our post-race interview for round 4 of the MSG League 2. Well, why don't we just kick it off? That was so exhilarating, Ace. I almost forgot my words.
Well, normally, I just need to point it out there that this race, ultimately, again, dirt road, these guys, keeping the cars straight, it's amazing to see, though. But again, there's no place better to find out than from the drivers themselves, right?
I 100% agree, Ace, from the drivers themselves. So let's just start it off, everyone. Please help me welcome our driver of the day and your driver of the day, Dan Gaming. Welcome, Dan, and congratulations.
Hi, thank you so much.
There we go, Dan Gaming. What a race. Had a little bit of a difficult start, though, but working yourself back to 5th position. What a drive there, buddy.
Yeah, I think that's becoming like my character arc. I have to fight my way back.
Yeah, well, last to first. I think before the end of the complete MSG championships, we might just see a last to first, yes?
Well, we can always hope.
Well, we're definitely hoping alongside with you, Dan, but I just want to mention so much love coming your way from chat. You are a massive fan favorite. I'm thinking of starting like a little Dan Gaming theme song, maybe like Dan, he's our man. If he can do it, no one can.
Well, I'll bring the fever.
But yeah, no, still spectacular drives there, ultimately. I just want to ask you, Dan, how do you feel about Colorado Springs, though?
It's an interesting track. Like there's no real room for error. The longer curve at the end, if you go too wide, you get hit by dips. And you guys should go watch the YouTube after this. There was an iguana on track a couple of times. It took Toy Story out. And couple of my other mates as well, so just keep out an eye for a iguana on that tight S.
Oh yeah, no, on that left-hander, that dip, we did see that there was a lot of difficulties there with a lot of the cars running a little bit too deep into that dip. I'm wondering if there's a lot of front left suspensions being replaced this afternoon.
There's definitely work being done, I can promise you that.
But yeah, no, thank you very much for the insight, though. But yeah, no, that was awesome. Thank you very much, Dan Gaming. And do you have anything you want to say to the fans out there, buddy?
Yeah, guys, thank you so much for your support. And we hope you're enjoying the so far and come back next week. We've got another race coming.
We're coming back next week, and I do believe everybody watching is as well. Dan, once again, thank you so much for giving us an amazing race, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Thanks. We look forward to you guys as well.
Thank you so much. Everyone, that was our driver of the day. Please help me welcome our 3rd place for the evening, Sonic. Welcome, Sonic, and congratulations.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello.
Wait, do we have it wrong? Did Shazam finish 3rd? Or did Sonic finish 3rd?
No, Sonic finished 3rd. I finished 2nd.
Hello, Sonic.
Oh, that phone. Papa!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are facing some minor technical difficulties there. We're just going to try once more. Sonic, you there, buddy?
Yes, I'm here.
There we go. How's it going, Sonic? Welcome back to the podium.
Oh, thank you. I really tried to get that top spot. Yeah, but KG was too fast for me. And the traffic also was a disadvantage to me. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, well, the road's only that wide, though, hey?
Yeah.
But still a spectacular drive, getting yourself as that 3rd position ultimately at the end, still sitting at the podium there for Team Spartans, working yourself very, very steadily towards the top of the end of this championship. How do you feel about this championship?
Okay, so far I feel great. I think also the drivers enjoying it and the viewers is enjoying it, and yeah, but I'm actually looking forward now for season 3. So
The dirt road being the dirt road. Yes, there we go. But yeah, no, ultimately, Sonic was still, again, a beautiful drive, clean drive. Yourself and the two top drivers, well, the top three ultimately getting a massive lead over the rest of the pack. Securing yourself that 30 to 40-second lead over Shadow ultimately at the end. Very close to lapping him. Ultimately, did you guys have a very good practice up into this race, or was it just a coincidence that the traffic just kept on flowing?
now I think with the penalty systems that we're gonna start to bring in and stuff like that, I told the guys it's not to be funny, but just to make ourselves better drivers, and I think they start to realize it now. So let's be more careful and give space. So it looks like it's working.
There we go. And ultimately, if it works out, it works out. Yes.
Yes, definitely.
There we go. Sonic, do you have anything you want to say to the fans out there?
Oh, yeah, thank you again for all the fans for supporting us. Being a lookout for our new MSG YouTube channel and also a possibility of the Ladies League that we're going to start. So, yeah, much more excitement coming your that way.
That sounds amazingly exciting, Sonic. Just as a reminder to everybody out there watching as well, if you do want to see the onboard dash perspective and hear the inside talkings of what happens between the drivers, have a look at Sonic 42 GT7's YouTube channel, where you will be able to get all of that and more. And once again, Sonic, thank you so much for giving us an amazing race this evening. We look forward to next week's race.
Glad I could have done it, and hopefully next week will be the same, eh?
Well, we're definitely hoping so. Everyone, that was our third place for the evening. Please help me welcome our second place for the evening, Shazam. Welcome and congratulations, Shazam.
Hello, Shazam.
Hello, people.
There we go. Well done there, Shazam, securing yourself that second position for Team Samurai. How do you feel, buddy?
It was a tough battle. Very tough.
Look, if it was a battle, that's an understatement. Yourself, Sonic, and Kerry G. Williams driving yourselves so far ahead from the pack. You know, having such a beautiful fight ultimately at the end for the three of you guys. Yourself securing that first position for majority of the race, though. What happened? I do believe we missed the overtake when Kerry G passed you there.
Yeah, I think I stumped into a wall or something, invisible wall, and then he took over me or past me. It was a tough battle because me and Kerry G were like taking each other over in every single turn. So props to him and very good driving.
Yeah, it was beautiful to see ultimately at the end. And then, of course, there's some fans from a side, who's voting Team Samurai this series. So, you guys securing a very good points yourself and Shadow to secure yourself a very good position ultimately on the scoreboard. How do you feel about that?
I feel very happy, and I'm very glad that I won second place for me and Shadow, because at the Hana races, the game kicked me out, and the lap or the race was not my day. Like, okay, I gotta do this. I gotta take first place or second, and then it worked out. So I feel very glad.
Well done, Shazam. I just want to quickly ask you, because we know you had a bit of a tough time the previous race, but you came back with a Shazam this evening. Are we going to see a first place next week?
I can't say, but I will try my best.
Hey, well, I would call that a Harry Houdini. But yeah, no, beautiful drive once more. Shazam, do you have anything you want to say to the fans out there, buddy?
No, thank you guys for watching, and you can watch by my data side to see how the battle went. And yeah, keep on watching, and we're gonna do drag race and a lot of stuff. So
We
get ready for
are
that.
sorry about that, buddy. We are so excited to see that up and coming. We're excited to see you again next week. Once again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Everyone, that was our second place. Please help me welcome our winner, Kerry G. Williams. Welcome and congratulations, Kerry G.
Hi, thank you.
There we go. Kerry G. Williams back to the top, I see. Back to form.
Yeah, it was a tough one this time.
Now, look, that chase you had on pretty much Shazam the entire race. The two of you ultimately, Sonic joining on the latter stage of the race. The three of you ultimately having such a run up from the rest of the pack was so spectacular to behold. Did you have extensive practice coming into this race at the end?
To be honest, actually, I didn't really practice a lot for this race. I was actually kind of prepared for it to be in the night time, but there was some last minute changes to the race.
Yeah,
totally
we
fine.
also saw the format change a little bit here on the last minute. But yeah, it is interesting, but also it would have been so much different if it was in the dark, though. I would think
Yes.
that you got your brake markers pretty much set up for that dark instance, right?
Well, to be honest, I don't really actually, with the rally, I don't really have braking points because you never know how much you're going to slide through a corner and then line yourself up for the next corner. You always have to be able to improvise, which is why I kind of struggled a little bit halfway through the race and I started falling back a little bit. But I just had to put my head down and keep going.
Yeah, I can really imagine. Kerry G, I just want to ask, since you kind of like breezed through this evening, is there any preparation that's going to be put into next week, or are you just going to run on pure raw talent?
That's trade secret.
Ah ha 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 ha! Not giving the fans a little bit something to look forward to. Yes.
Yeah. Gotta keep it exciting.
That's it. That's it, Kerry G. Williams. Again, beautiful drive this evening, and just want to head back to the last 10 laps of the race. It sounds like there was a little bit of a incident regarding a left-hand dip where the cars tend to get stuck a little bit, and that is potentially where you got the position over Shazam. We missed it completely, so I'm going by what I'm thinking I saw. So, how did you get the overtake done, buddy?
So it was on the so if that's the last one, second last, it was on the third last corner, just after the downhill straight. And it was in those little chicane sections there that I managed to get the overtake done, I believe.
The complex string. Oh, well, still
Yes.
beautiful. Wish we could have caught it, but hopefully next time around we will catch it.
Always the next time.
There we go. Kerry G. Williams, do you have anything you want to say there to the fans?
Yeah, thank you so much for the support. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more.
Yeah, well, it's lovely, and there's a lot more coming.
Thanks, bro.
Thank you so much, Kerry G. We really did love watching you race this evening. We look forward to next week. And just once again, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Everyone, I think that concludes our post-race interview. I just want to say from the Couch's side to everyone watching, we really do appreciate it. We appreciate the love and support you guys are showing to the drivers. We appreciate the support you guys are showing to Sonic's channel as well. And thank you so much for all of our followers. Please also, if you do like the content and you haven't yet done so, please pop us a follow, please subscribe, ring the bell, drive safe. Please don't stay horizontal on the road. And yeah, that's it from my side, Ace.
Yeah, no, just to tie in with what I normally just said, if you want to keep it on, if you want to go on the dirt, make 100% sure you've got proper suspension. If that's the case, if that's not the case, keep it on the tarmac. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be me, myself, Ace555, and my lovely co-host.
I'm Anomaly.
May you guys have a wonderful evening. Peace be good, stay safe, be well. Good night. Cheerios.